And welcome back to the lounge. This is Off the Wire, where we go over the top 5 stories of every week, brought to you by Sporting Phil or Phil Boileau. However you choose to want to call me, it doesn't matter. We're here on Hoops Lounge bringing you those articles. And as always, you can always catch these, hoopslounge.com. All right, we'll dive right into the first one. First one here on Deadspin.com. Marcus Smart, did he do the right thing? And look where it got him. This is a talk on basically, is it worth coming back for that second year of college? We're hearing a lot of people say, if you're not ready for the NBA, it makes more sense. But in this case, it kind of hurt his stock. And a lot of really interesting articles and points on, the monetary gains you would get by going to the NBA. I mean, there's always a risk, right? You could get injured in college. You could get better in college, but the majority of players tend to just progress in the NBA. So this is a really interesting read. Give us one a look, and we're looking forward to seeing Marcus Smart in this year's draft. It's going to be a very, very good and deep draft, and we'll see. He was going to be top 3 last year. Is he going to make top 3? It's going to be really tough for him to go that high. It might be a stretch, but a team like the Cavs tend to be known for that. So let's see if that happens. Next one here off the Bleacher Report. Kobe Bryant says Shaquille O'Neal's laziness drove him crazy. Obviously, these two did not always see eye to eye on every single subject, but it did get them a few rings. So it didn't matter to a point, but once they've been separated, Shaq's gone to his TNT glory, and Kobe is still dealing with the rigors of the NBA in the last couple years of his career. Kind of letting things flow. So give this one a read here on Bleacher Report. Third one here, this is Charles Barkley giving his opinion on Andrew Wiggins and Jabari Parker. Is it worth them having stayed in college? Should they go to the NBA straight? So he gives some very interesting points here. It's only a minute 26, so you may as well give it a watch. And it's kind of coincides with the first article. And we're going to see if those guys stay in. I personally think they should both come out now, but I don't think Sir Charles would agree. The fourth article here off the New York Times, Phil Jackson's arrival overshadows the Nets' selfishness. The Brooklyn Nets, if anyone's been living under a rock, have been really playing well of late. Even though they've been playing a lot of small ball, Jason Kidd has not been getting the credit he deserves for really turning around. I remember at the start of the season, people have been asking for his head on a platter, and ever since he's quietly become a really good coach on a team that they have a lot of talent, but due to injuries to guys like Brook Lopez, they've had to really makeshift some lineups, and they've been putting themselves back in the playoff race and have upset a lot of good teams. So give this one a read off the New York Times. And the last one here we'll give is the Brooklyn Nets owner threatens to bring club under Russian jurisdiction. This has everything to do with the recent upheaval between the United States and Russia. So give this one a read. Basically, he's saying that the Russian billionaire is planning to relocate his company that runs the Brooklyn Nets to Russia, in keeping with Kremlin's call on Russian businessmen to repatriate their assets to combat new U.S. sanctions. Kind of an interesting one. Is it actually going to affect the NBA? Hopefully this doesn't become kind of, a tool of negotiation. I can see Obama and the U.S. Government kind of maybe wanting to step in here. We'll see. So anyways, give this one a read. So that has been the 5 articles that I've been looking forward to this week. I think you should give them all a read, and we're going to list them all in descriptions. So it's an easy click away for you. As always, you can catch them here on hoopslounge.com, and we'll love to have you here next week for everything in between, and we'll see you next time off the wire.